All right, here we are. Here we are again. I don't know how many shows we've done, but we've done hundreds, I imagine. Yeah, you guys, it's Wednesday night. It is the Pontificator's night. I am RT Bear coming to you live from this fantastic studio, Hack Shack Studios, and we got a good show for you. Um, we kind of throw around ideas in the green room before the show, usually usually minutes before the show. But this one, we started a little earlier, and Clint Helinsky, who is a pontificator, he came up with like just like woke comics. Like let me find his exact title here. It was really good. And a topic is good when it just catches fire in the green room. And I think he said worst woke comics event that happened in the last 10 years, Marvel or DC. We'll do both. So pretty much just like I don't know, just woke comic books. Like I don't know, we can speculate on how it happened, who's to blame, like how did it was like a plague, man. It's like somebody sneezed on an editor, and then that editor got sick, and then he sneezed on another editor, and then he sneezed on a freelancer, and then the next thing you know, it's running amok. And so I think the thing for most of us is that it's usually feels disingenuous because it's more of a cause than an organic idea. So we are going to do a deep dive into this, as we always do on Pontificators, and have a lot of fun. And you guys are a big part of the show. So feel free to chime in, ask questions, help guide us into different directions, and we will do our best to listen and to accommodate you. So yeah, without further ado, let's get Todd Mulrooney in here. We would probably not have a show if it wasn't for Todd. How you doing?
I'm doing good, and you?
Good. Yeah. I didn't say anything nasty.
Because I wasn't brought in very nastily. So you get what you get. It's a get what you get.
So if I introduce you hostile, like in a hostile way, then you'll be hostile to me. Is that it?
Yeah. You want to see hostile? Go ahead, do it.
No, I don't. No, I like. All right. All right. All right. This guy is the scum of the earth. He is a no good Nick. Like how you have like, okay, your lady's walking her guy's walking his dog, lady's pushing her stroller, whatever. And then this guy's walking down the street, right? Todd Mulrooney, and they just walk across the street. They just look at him, and instantly they're like, this guy's bad news. Like when he goes into an elevator, he clears it. Everybody just leaves. Yeah, he doesn't even have to pass gas. They just leave. They just look at him and leave. This guy is just the worst of the worst. So yeah, I don't even know why we have him on the show, Mr. Todd Mulrooney.
Yeah. I'm like Butch from our gang. You remember Butch?
Who was the one that would always like,
Oh, who was that? I wonder who you're thinking of.
It was in the R gang. So yeah, Butch.
Oh, Butch. Yeah. And it get big eyes and be like, yeah. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I still remember a few of those jokes. She's like, you might have choked Artie, but you're not going to choke Alfalfa.
The kid you're thinking of was the owner of the dog with the circle around his eye.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember that meme where I think his name isn't Sparky? What is his name? It's something like Spanky. He's just
your nickname. You should have remembered that.
I should have. Yeah. He's just throwing money out of the window.
Oh, yeah. Bug hunting.
That's a great meme. And then my wife tells this story about our gang. She saw on it where one of the kids was going to get a spanking, right?
Yeah.
So he put a pan into his pants,
right,
where his bum is.
Yeah.
And so when they hit it, it would just ding. And of course, parents and adults are stupid, in those type of things. So the
Right.
parent hears ding, ding, and he just doesn't know what's going on. The kid's laughing. And so apparently Pamela tried that as a child, and she was found out and probably beat even worse than she would have, trying to.
Oh, don't say that. Maybe the parents thought that was smart. We're going to give you credit for that one.
No.
We're going to skip the beating.
No, this was a while ago. This is when you didn't cut your kid any slack. No way, no how. Speaking of no slack, you guys, yeah, don't give this guy any slack, because what he'll do is he'll sneak up on you and
Make
he'll
babies in front of buses.
No, he'll draw sexy women. He'll entertain you with continuity, like storytelling, like visceral fight scenes and beautiful damsels and just all kinds of really cool shit. That's what this guy does. Right, Todd? He does this stuff.
Oh yeah, and he delivers.
And he delivers on time. So, Clint, are you ready? You got your socks on? All right, Mr. Clint Helinski.
My feet were freezing. Spanky and Alfalfa, man, you guys are bringing me. You guys got me in the Wayback Machine there with Mr. Peabody. I was like, you were talking, and I was like thinking in my head, I'm like, who is the tall kid with his hair greased back? And then he said Alfalfa. Was Buckwheat?
Buckwheat.
Eddie Murphy's whole thing was a shtick of Buckwheat from our gang,
right?
And those are
Buckwheat. Buckwheat had
characters. I remember Spanky, Alfalfa, and Buckwheat.
Yeah, right. Buckwheat had a speech impediment, but yeah, there was Butch. Butch was the bully kid, right?
Well, and you know what? If you go back to when that began, and everyone complains about all this nonsense that we're so racist and stuff. There was black people on our gang. There was Stymie, Buckwheat.
Oh, Stymie.
There was a Ginger.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
They had everybody.
And one girl.
Right.
Yeah. Darla. Was it?
Yeah, it's Darla Hood.
Sweet on Alfalfa, always sweet on Alfalfa.
Alfalfa was he was pretty hot for her too.
Girls always like the tall guy.
Yeah, but he would always sing. He was a crooner, remember? And he'd sing, "I'm in the mood." I
remember his Adam's apple.
Do you remember the Bubbles? He ate soap or something. It was a soap instead of cheese in a sandwich. And he was singing, and bubbles were coming out.
God, this is bringing me back.
Do you remember who's the guy wore the bowler cap? I think was that
what's a bowler cap? Because now it's
the black hat, like the Brits wear, like the round. It's got the small brim. It's kind of like the brown.
That was the Butch character who was like the bully.
No, it was Stymie. No, I think Clint brought him. It was Stymie.
Stymie wore a top hat, like a stove type.
No. It was okay. We got to get into this. Okay, I didn't know Stymie, our gang.
Well, even I forgot that it was
called. You're so wrong. You're so wrong. I am so right.
I forgot that was the name of Little Rascals is what I remember it as. Is Little Rascals.
Yeah.
Was it our gang first though?
I think it's our gang, the Little Rascals.
Oh, okay. I remember watching that, and then there'd be an Abbott and Costello after it.
Oh yeah,
the afternoon matinee after school.
All right,
all those good classic black and white stuff.
So the very last living rascal died just in the last 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, probably.
This is kind of timely.
Well, and I mean, when were those shot? In the 30s, 1930s, probably.
Probably.
Now, what did you call that hat?
Yeah, this is the bowler cap.
Bowler?
Yeah.
It's like the hat that who is the Asian assassin in James Bond when you take off his hat and throw it at James Bond.
Top Job or whatever.
Yeah.
So this officially is our gang, the Little Rascals. So that's what the show was called. And so this This is stymie, and I spelled it. It was nothing like this. It's STYMIE. So there was stymie.
And there was Spanky, there was alfalfa, there was buckwheat,
Darla. And okay,
that's
so
the most I remember. I remember those main four.
Okay, our gang.
I
gotta do this because
talk about our tangents. The pontificators never goes off on tangents. Always stays on course.
What did you call
the bowler cap? Is like the Avengers, the original.
Yes,
Avengers.
yes. What was the bully's name that you brought up?
The British Avengers.
Butch.
And
pull up a group shot. Pull up a group shot of the whole R gang because I want to see.
Okay.
Alfalfa and Spanky.
You are so wrong.
Butch?
Here we go. Butch.
He has a cap. It's like I don't know what you call it, but it hangs over the sides of your head.
Yeah, I forget what those are called. These are little images. I don't know if you're going to be able to see these. Once Upon a Scream, a classic film and TV. How Roach Studios. Okay. Find a better image. That's not Butch from Little Rascals. Here he is. That's not. Come on, Butch. Don't let me down. IMDb. Butch was in a Superman episode. Tommy Bond was his name.
Oh, they keep trying to show like they did a remake of it in like the 80s, I'm thinking, or early 90s.
Yeah, that thing
which is garbage. No, you want to see the old. Well, there's at a certain age. Oh Jesus, alfalfa and buckwheat.
This is the guy. This is Butch, and he was like the bully guy.
Yeah.
See him right there. He's starting shit with alfalfa.
Oh, okay.
Some big old shit. No.
And you know what? Who's woke here? I think it's Butch because look at Alfalfa's got an American flag right there. He's proud.
Yeah.
Ooh, slingshots. Those were big back. Oh, look at little Darla. She's scared.
God, I wonder when these were filmed. I mean, I wonder if it was literally the 1930s.
I think it was.
Yeah.
30s or 40s for sure.
Yeah, 40s more likely, but it's crazy because it's so old.
1922 to 1944.
Are you kidding? The 20s? No. So the talkies had just started. He actually acted as an adult. There he is. So this is Tommy Bond, you guys. So here's the deep dive on the Little Rascals. Oh yeah.
Do you remember this one? This is a good one. I don't know why I remember this one. But there was a band, then the band gets off stage, and then all these kids come onto the stage taking all their seats. They don't have any instruments, they have things they made, like a kazoo and a washboard thing.
I think you're thinking of the Bill Cosby cartoon.
No, this was an Our Gang special. And they played this song, and it was really kind of a cute song.
Yeah. Oh, and Mickey was Robert Blake. Remember Robert Blake?
Right.
Oh yeah.
He was the tough guy. What was the show?
He was in one of my favorite movies. He was the tunneler. You know,
but then he like killed somebody, didn't he, in real life?
Yeah. He killed his wife or something. Yeah.
Crazy.
He was in The Great Escape, one of my favorite movies.
Robert Blake was in Great Escape?
Yeah, he dug the tunnels.
Oh.
No, he did not. That was
oh my God, you are insanely senile.
You freaking prove it to me.
Oh boy, we're getting into arguments over movies from 60 years ago.
Yeah, I'm tired of putting you in your place.
And none of our memories are very good.
No, Todd's wrong. You need to look at it.
Beretta had the white parrot or something, I think. Was it?
Yeah. It was like the slogan was don't do the time or don't do the crime if you can't do the time.
Yeah.
Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Don't do it. All right, Todd, you got it? Are you looking it up? Todd's not going to show it because he knows he's wrong.
The Great Escape.
It was they all dug the tunnel. There wasn't just one guy.
Then he must have been in a different tunnel movie. That was what each character was known for something. You had the Forger, which was Rockford Files.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, he was the guy who found things. Then the Forger was the guy from Halloween. He made the documents, but he really couldn't see well.
Was it
Donald
Pleasant?
Pleasance, right?
Yeah.
Steve McQueen was the guy who tested all the things, right? Like if they could get through, he kept jumping over the gate and doing different things to get over things.
The adventure. He was the guy that was willing to take the chance.
Right. And then he'd always end up in the pen with his baseball glove and his baseball.
Oh, so good. So freaking good. It was so disheartening because didn't he tried he was trying to get away on the motorcycle, right? And then didn't he get caught up in barbed wire? He got caught, right? Yeah.
Yep. The guy from Jurassic Park there was in it. I forget his name. He's really Attenborough, and he was one of the guys that like the smarts, you know, like this is a route. You get on this train. I'll get on this boat. You get on this subway. You know, he was the one giving everybody sort of the orders.
Yeah, that movie was so freaking good. What is this? Is this Dapple Darling? Foggy died at 16. He was hit by a truck while riding a scooter. Oh my gosh. My uncle would point that out when we watched the reruns. Yeah, Foggy was the guy that he talked like this. Remember?
He was the ginger too.
Froggy.
Oh yeah.
How can you tell? It was all black and white.
Froggy. You can tell.
No. All right, so Todd, I want you to apologize to me about the Great Escape. I want you to say on this live stream how wrong you were.
Hold on, I'm still looking it up. Wait a minute.
He's not in the movie. There's no way.
Robert
Blake. Robert Blake was in Our Gang, so can we stop with that?
But he was digging tunnels in some movie.
He was a tunnel digger.
Well, there was a lot of prison escape movies in the 70s there.
You don't remember him coming up with like lungs full of sand and he was pissed, and you don't remember that movie?
No,
he was on these little carts. These like they made belly carts, and they would send back.
Where they had the dirt in their pockets and they would walk out in the courtyard and they would just like That's Great Escape. That's the Great Escape. That's how they got the dirt out.
Charles Bronson. I'm thinking of Charles Bronson.
Charles Bronson was a badass. How could you mistake those?
Well, but like literally
Charles Bronson.
Yeah, like literally he was cast because he reminded people of Charles Bronson. Like he had the same demeanor.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. That could be there. But we got an action-packed show, you guys. Clint came at you like I said earlier. Like in the green room, sometimes like stuff will come up, and then you're just like, "This is perfect." And before you know it, it creates a life of its own. Although, you know,
I don't know why we come up with topics, Art, when we can go from Alfalfa and Our Gang to The Great Escape and I'm forgetting the actor you guys are arguing about now. It's like, why do we even come up with topics?
Robert Blake. Well,
Robert Blake, and then we can do a deep dive into his murder case.
Robert Blake is that other actor. What's his name?
What was the show he was on for the same years as the Rockford Files?
Bronson?
Yeah, the same era.
No, Robert Blake
as Rockford Files of Beretta. I never watched that one. I watched Rockford Files.
Rockford Files is great.
Rockford Files is one of probably the best shows in TV.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, wait. He says in cold blood. So did he kill his wife in cold blood? Probably. Yeah, I think he murdered her. Remember he did the commercial for the Eveready battery or something like that. He goes, "Do you have what it takes?" And he puts the battery on his shoulder.
Oh,
knock it off.
On his shoulder. I remember that. Yeah, he was like the TV tough guy.
Yeah. Movie title.
Like 5 foot 6 of them or whatever.
Oh, the movie title was In Cold Blood. What movie was that?
That was one of his movies he was kind of famous for.
Okay, Charles Bronson, you mean?
No,
Or
Blake.
Robert Blake was never in a movie.
Really?
He was the Argane guy, and then it just kind of died, and then all of a sudden he shows up as Beretta.
So you think he's never in a movie?
He was never in a movie. I'm just joking. Can we get into the topic? Can we do that?
No, I
No,
don't.
I don't like the topic. I like this better.
Dapple's like, yes, he was. I know he was. I'm just effing around. You got to watch the show more. You'll find out. Truman Capote's In Cold Blood. Okay. All right. I'm acting like I know. The actor who played Alfalfa was shot at the age of 31. Those guys all had hard lives, man. Hard ass lives. You know what though? You know how we brought up the Cosby, the cartoon? That kind of is the black version of our gang, isn't it? No takers?
Don't say again?
I said the Cosby. Remember the cartoon? What was it called? The Cosby Show or whatever?
Fat Albert Show?
No, oh, the cartoon.
Fat Albert Show. That was it.
No,
yeah.
that was Fat Albert. That was Fat Albert.
Yeah, the Fat Albert Show. They were kind of like the black our gang, right?
Yeah, sort of. But there was like Peanuts, and like there was always the group of kids, young kids that would,
they made up games.
Like that was kind of a running theme, especially in cartoons and little kids shows. You'd have a group of kids.
They played
that
around
would get into little adventures that kids would watch.
Yeah.
I mean, Our Gang was an early version of it. Yeah.
Art, there was no white kids in that. I know. That's why I said it was like
but
black our gang. Yeah. And you know what? Who cares, man? They were great.
Fat Albert.
And I got a song for you, or I'm gonna sing a song for
I love
you.
Fat Albert, man. Who was the dude?
Here's the thing about Fat
that had
Albert.
his hat all the way over?
If you watch it, there's only so many assets. It's all reusable assets. So anytime they're moving or running or
the
walking,
animation.
yeah. So that was a lowbrow show, but they did a lot with it.
Yeah.
Well, that was like the Hanna-Barbera like business model, right?
Reusable animation.
Because it's expensive, man. If they try to do animation. All right. Well, anyway, green room. We're talking. Subject comes up. It's Clint Helinski's idea, and it was what was it? 10 years of woke. What was it? I forget what. Worst woke comic event that happened in last 10 years of Marvel or DC.
Well, just because I want to revel in this, because we're finally, and I mean, we've been waiting, and you watch this show, and people who watch this show and been in our chat for the last 4, 5, 6 years. We've been waiting for the pendulum to swing back. Well, guess what? Guess what? It's swinging back right the fuck now. So I was thinking, like, now that things are finally getting like stomachable now, like, and finally we can like manage and come up for air a little bit. Like, let's look back on all the garbage that's been trying to shove down our throat for the last 10 years.
Indeed.
And there's tons. I mean, we've got a plethora of woke storylines. Part of me is like, I don't even want to go look back at it, but like, you got to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we have to. And because it's kind of a celebration, right? So I thought I would start off with this because I was interested. It's like, what is a woke comic, right? And if you guys ever typed in search like what is woke and stuff, it is so kind of like diplomatic, like the way they explain what woke is and stuff like that. So this is an AI overview. A woke comic is a comic book or graphic novel that incorporates themes of social justice, identity politics, or progressive viewpoints. It often features characters from diverse backgrounds or explores issues like racial inequality, LGBTQ plus rights, or gender representation. The term woke itself is associated with awareness of social and political issues, particularly those related to identity and inequality. While the term woke has various interpretation, it is often used in the context of comics to describe works that are seen as promoting progressive or liberal viewpoints. This can include representation, social justice. You already said all these things. It's important to note that the term woke comic can be used in both positive and negative ways. Some see it as positive development, highlighting important social issues and promoting inclusivity, while others criticize it for being heavy-handed or preachy. So guess what side we're on? We're on the heavy-handed, preachy side. We're like, this is bullshit. And the reason we know it's bullshit is because we remember great comics.
Yeah.
Of our youth.
Well, and great comics that would tackle these topics in what's the word I want to say? In a way that was like good writing. Like good writing handles things in a way that everybody can understand it. Heavy-handed, preachy writing is something that's telling you what you should think. Like your good writing gives you an idea and lets you interpret it on your own.
Right.
Heavy-handed preachy writing. That's what woke became. Is like
right, because there's no
how you should think.
Right. There's no wiggle room. There's just like, this is it. And if you don't like it, then they call you names.
Yeah,
so Tara Wombat's got a great retort, as the kids say. A woke comic sacrifices story to convey a social and political message, usually by co-opting existing IPs.
Yeah.
That, my friend, should be in that Google search, because that is definitely what it is. Let me get this. Oh, thank you so much, Stealth X5, for the super chat. I do appreciate it. Hello. He just wanted to say hello. Well, right back at you. Is this Terhillium 29? Political messages can be put into comics without oversaturating the story or characters.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but usually it's like it works where you try to give them equal time, right? So if it's left, right, and it's an idea that's, left, right, then you have two characters that can kind of hash it out, right? They can kind of bring up both points. And then, like you were saying, Clint, don't spoon feed the conclusion. Let them figure it out. Maybe they side more with one or the other, and that's all fine. One of the things about my characters, Black and White, is that the two characters are usually in opposing positions, not necessarily left, right, or Republican, Democrat, not necessarily political, but they have different ways of dispensing justice. Let's say Whitney's there's a little bit more wiggle room with White. She feels like the ends justify the means, and Reed is like, no, the letter of the law. We got to work within the letter of the law, because if we deviate from that, then shit's gonna hit the fan. People are gonna come out and hunt us. So there's a fine line that has to be met. And so, but Reed doesn't always win, and Whitney doesn't always lose. They go back and forth.
Can I ask you a quick question, Art?
Go ahead.
If you named White Whitney, why didn't you name Black Blake?
Blake Lively? Because you want to know the real reason?
Sure. Yep. This is like the minutia of the creator's brain.
Okay. What is his name? The Green Hornet's name. His last name is Reed.
Oh, okay.
It's Britt Reed, and so I was like, I got to do a little bit of a tribute to the Green Hornet. So his first name is Reed Blackett. Yeah.
Okay. See, that's why you ask these questions, because there's usually a little thing, and then you get to pick the creator's brain, and you find out a little something you didn't know.
Yeah, yeah. And Randy says, oh, no, this wasn't it. Where is it? I think, it was this. Okay. Wombat says, AG, liberal Green Arrow, not as woke as, is that Gay Robin? Yeah, yeah. But
exactly.
there,
Well, I mean, liberal Green Arrow was a story point. Like there was thought behind it. Like it was like not all of us are coming from the Justice League from the same perspective, and it was thoughtful, and it made you look at things from different perspectives. Gay Robin, the whole turning every character gay, there was no thought put into it. Like it was just like it wasn't anybody having a problem with gay superheroes. Again, we always have to defend this. Like, gay superheroes are fine. And I want to read well-written gay superheroes. I don't want you to just turn existing characters gay just to, like, try and, like, prove some quota point for the woke agenda. It's like you're insulting gay people by doing that. It's like, yeah, it was so short-sighted and just it was garbage.
yeah.
One of the great covers of all time. Because just in case your cheekbones don't have enough cross hatching and shadowing underneath them, we've got.
Who's this cover done by?
We've got North Star.
What was that, Todd?
Who's this cover done by?
This is Mark Basella.
This is Pinocchio.
God damn it. He did a lot of that. He didn't really know why he did it. He was just doing it because it was a thing, but he was never really that good at it. It's meant to be like, it's the hatching is meant to be like the dispensation of light, or you kind of bend the muscle with it or whatever. But he just did it. And he just did it haphazardly. But I
beg to differ.
Oh, just because you taught him doesn't mean he eventually got good.
I say he used his hatching responsibly.
I'm less concerned about his cross hatching. I'm more concerned about the amount of space that North Star can open his mouth, because that doesn't seem
right. It looks like he could eat Juggernaut.
Yeah, he looked like he disconnected his jaw there, but
yeah, he could eat Juggernaut. Wink, wink.
Those are some sweet sideburns, though.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway,
I love also that his eyebrow touches his hairline.
Yeah, yeah. The forehead.
The peak of the eyebrow should definitely be able to touch your hairline when you.
Yeah, there might be a little bit.
This is a case of the master doesn't teach the student everything.
I disagree, Todd. I disagree, because for how much distortion there is in that face, it still works as an image. It doesn't look like if you focus on one thing, you can nitpick it. But overall, you can look at the image and be like, oh, yeah, that guy's super angry and ready to fight. Like, the image, it's a caricature. It's a caricature, and it works.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, I blame who did the writing of this? It was
oh God. You want me to look it up quick?
Yeah. But I blame
Alpha Flight 106.
Mark Pasella. Yeah, 106. Yeah. It was Mark Pasella. Oh my gosh, I should know this guy because he did a bunch of X-Men writing. The dude's a big time perv. He wrote that like Happy Death Day.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Scott Lobdell?
Yeah, Scott Lobdell. Yeah, good call. Scott Lobdell. So my favorite thing is, like, I was pretty tight with Mark Pasella at this time, and he got way more than he bargained for, because what Lobdell did, and Marvel didn't know it, is he released this through the press. So he said, first
he
gay
did it on his own, right?
Yeah, he just did it on his own, and he released this. And so, to Mark Pasella, it was just a job, right? It was just another paying gig, another comic book. And so Mark got all kinds of like feedback from the gay community, got, offers to do interviews in gay magazines, things like that. And if you know Mark or of Mark, like the dude is kind of, he's a bodybuilder. So he kind of like in that day of like, when like a lot of comic book guys were bodybuilders and stuff like that.
It was a weird thing, but yeah, there was a lot of dudes that were bodybuilders that were comic artists.
Yeah, it was kind of strange. And so he's like this tough guy, right? Mark Pasella. And so then, for him to have to answer, all these questions and stuff, he was really uncomfortable with it. And I'm not saying anything. Listen, I'm not saying he's a homophobe. I'm not saying anything.
No. He just wasn't.
I'm just saying that
all that.
Right. He just got a lot more than he bargained for with the whole thing. And so then the interesting part about it was, we're just talking like we're talking here. And he said, I had no idea how big the gay community, how much of the gay community reads comic books, like how much they like it. And then his joke was, Mark always had a joke chambered. It was like, well, no duh. Look at them. They're practically nude dudes. They got like skin tight outfits and all that other stuff. So why wouldn't a gay man think that was awesome? So I think there's layers to this industry that we all work in, and that was one of those layers. But back on the woke train,
God bless them as long as they're buying comics, man. That's right. What I say.
Yeah, but the weird thing is they kind of turned it into agenda, right? So it's not just a comic book. It's not just like an interesting story, like a one and done or whatever. It's an agenda. And the interesting part about like what's happening now is that even though the cells aren't really working and there's quite a bit of backlash to it, they double down on it. They keep going with it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing that leaves most people that just want good, clean action adventure fun scratching their heads like, why? You know what I mean? Oh, excuse me. Why is this happening? So talk amongst yourself. I'm going to queue up the next next batch of images.
Unless you're going to have and this is part of the problem is there's a lack of real leadership at both Marvel and DC. There's a bunch of guys that are in spots that are just making sure they're cashing checks for as long as they can, and they're riding out whatever is happening. Woke was on top for a while now. They're gonna probably spin as soon as they see the breeze blowing in the other direction, and I'm sure it's gonna start happening real quickly, and we'll notice it. But woke was on top for a while there, and they were like, whatever, as long as my checks cash. There's no vision, there's no leadership at either Marvel or DC. They're just protecting their jobs. They're just making sure that their retirement and their 401k is padded. There's nobody that cares about comics that are working at the top levels of comics right now.
I agree. Like they used to, because I was there, 40 years ago. And editors took their job very seriously. Yeah. Because they were the caretakers for these IPs. So, Mike Carlin coming in as an editor on Superman, like that guy did not take it lightly, right? I remember I was in Mark Waid's office and Mark Waid wanted to do something with Superboy or whatever. And I remember those two juggernauts just going at it. And the best ideas rise to the top, right? Because one wanted to do something with the character and one disagreed, right? So then they argue, and then, like I said, the best ideas win. And so these things would happen because they wanted to make sure that they were doing right by the character. And there used to be that, but I don't think it exists anymore. Hey, you guys. Darren Wagner has joined the conversation. What's up, brother?
What's up? Sorry, I'm going to be late this week and the next 2 weeks, and after that, my schedule returns to normal. So,
hey, no problem, no problem. Well, we're just kind of the tip of the iceberg right now. We're kind of like getting into not so much the origins of woke, but just kind of what it is and how it infiltrated comics. And so Clint's got a good insight that we're not sure exactly how it happened, but somehow, certain agenda-driven people got in, the industry. People maybe editorially started setting an agenda, and then people that wanted to work in the industry, if they wanted a job, they had to kind of go along with the process or the program, kind of like
They
Mike.
were the process.
Yeah, like. Oh, go ahead.
Cultural insertion. They were the process, and then they were hiring friends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of nepotism.
Right. It was part of the problem was who the hires were, and then them inserting in them being the editors and writers, inserting themselves and their ideas into the IPs, and then hiring artists to carry out those ideas.
You've got two big publishing companies, Marvel and DC, located in New York before DC moved to California. You're hiring young kids as assistant editors who are looking to get into publishing. So you're hiring from the liberal arts area in New York. So who do you think a lot of your candidates are going to be? And then you don't have strong leadership that's like enforcing what the IP standard has been for these characters for the last 20 or 30 years. You're hiring from outside of comics, so you don't have people that are beholding to the creators that have established these characters for the last 20, 30 years. And you're giving them freedom to inject their own perspective, and you're hiring 20-something liberal arts people from New York. Who do you think these people are going to be?
Right.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you look at who they were hiring back shortly after World War II ended. Those were all vets. I mean, even Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, they were all men who had been, through that experience.
All alpha males.
Yeah, rather than the college liberal arts experience. So, but I mean, it's even more. Insidious isn't the word. It's more common even than that. Where let's say Clint is the publisher of a comic book company that I want to get into, and he's a Vikings fan. Okay, I'm not a football fan, but I might start wearing Vikings T-shirts and things just to get on his good side to see if I can. Get a little extra work. Otherwise, I wouldn't. Otherwise, wouldn't have. And so, I mean, you might get these people who are politically neutral who'll get in, and just because everybody else is doing it because they really want to stay working, they'll start migrating towards that side.
When you have a decade of this, it just starts compounding.
Right.
You're hiring left-leaning, East Coast elite liberal arts people for your assistant editors. They're getting promoted.
Right.
They're hiring their friends to keep them in jobs. They're not interested in comics. They're interested in this is a job that's a stepping stone to publishing young adult novels, whatever. I want to be a writer. I want to have a screenplay, whatever. They're not really interested in comics. They're looking at this as a stepping stone job. But while they're there, they're making money. Oh, they're hiring their friends. Their friends have the same perspective as them. So all of a sudden you're getting a whole subsection of the people publishing that don't care about the history of comics, don't care about the IP, don't care about these characters, and don't care about the fans. So go ahead, Todd.
So part of this problem was leadership lost their backbone too.
Yes.
I used to go at it with Joe Quesada and say, you're kind of allowing this to happen. You've forgotten where you came from. You forgot the brutal books that made Marvel what it was when you did the Marvel Knights line, and you hired all those UK writers. They didn't do wussy superheroes. They did brutal superheroes, and those storylines had stakes and stuff. So you're bending to the will because you think you're supposed to bend this sort of cultural way, and he just had no backbone. And it was such a freaking queer about it, to be honest.
Yeah,
Well,
look at
this.
This will be the history of Quesada and Jim Lee. This is the history of Quesada and Jim Lee. They'll be looked on as the people that just bent over backwards for woke, had no editorial, no leadership skills to create good stories. They blew whichever way the wind was blowing, and they were fine with it. And I mean, this will be their history.
We had Captain Planet was for this stuff, not the DC IPs. I mean, come on.
Right. And the thing is, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Darren.
I was going to say that, this began, back in 2006 when Clinton and I were doing a book together. Clinton, you told me, we were at a convention, I think it was FalCon, and you told me this story about somebody you knew there, maybe it was you, who talked to a Marvel representative who was at the convention. He was showing him the art, and one of the pictures was of Power Man and Iron Fist. And the Marvel representative said, "Oh, these guys look interesting. Are these your creations?" Creating a very awkward moment where the artist who was showing him the portfolio had to explain to him, "No, these are characters that are owned by the company that you're representing right now."
Yeah.
This whole thing, and also I think that, granted, the comic book companies aren't both headquartered in New York anymore. At least I don't think they are.
I know
DC's in California.
DC moved to super right wing California, so it changed a lot once it moved out there.
Yeah,
but no, they're east and west coast. They're extremely liberal areas.
Mm-hmm.
Their hiring pool. And comics art, any writing is very liberal to begin with.
Right.
But when you start alienating half of your audience because of those views, and nobody cares enough about the characters or the companies or the IPs, and even up from corporate, because there was a specific agenda to try and get for this to filter down. It wasn't just happening at one level, it was happening throughout. And I mean, literally, it took one man to change that and to stomp on it and to end it. And it's what we've been dealing with for the last 8 years of this.
Yeah. I have a theory, because you were talking about Jim Lee and Joe Quesada's legacy, things like that. And I think the reason, it's all leadership. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, whether it's editorial or publishing, the Dan Buckley or, Jim Lee or whoever, right? But the thing is, they let it happen. And I believe the reason it happened is because these guys clearly don't know how to increase sales. They really don't. So the thing is, the corporate being corporate, they want numbers, they want increased sales, they want characters for a modern audience, all these things, all these agendas, right? Recreate, a superhero that's going to resonate and connect with kids today, right? So then, fine, you got that, but none of these guys know how to really do it. You don't have to do it with agenda. You don't have to do it strictly with it's gay pride or transgenderism or, whatever. There's always been political themes in comics. There's always been, look out for the environment in comics, stuff like that. But this is really different. This really is it's a religion. It's an agenda. Because if you don't abide by it or you speak out against it, even if you just say, I don't really appreciate it or I don't like it, you don't say anything derogatory about it, then all of a sudden you're an istophobe, or a phobe. And I've been called all these things. And the thing is, I don't care if there's a gay comic. I don't care if there's, a environmental comic, whatever. What I have a problem with is the name calling and the cancellation. That's what I have a problem with. Even if DC and Marvel want to burn their IPs to the ground, fine. But you know what? Just quietly burn it to the ground. You don't have to take everybody down in the process. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be that. But they can't admit that they were wrong. They can't admit that it might have been a bad move. So they double down on it, and they've invented this whole thing where they can name call and they can shame you with certain subject matters that are, like taboo to speak against. And then all of a sudden, it's not the idea. It's not that we came up with some shitty concepts. No, it's the people that are buying the comic books. They're the problem. And it's like, no, all of us are comic book fans, hardcore. If you did Luke Cage and Power Man and Iron Fist, and you had those guys beating the shit out of the Marvel Rogues Gallery, we'd be all about it. The Wrecking Crew, those two, battling the Wrecking Crew, shit, sign me up, right? But that's not what this is. It's like you're fundamentally like nerfing like what are traditionally like male, like adolescent fantasies. Like these are power fantasies. Like you could psychoanalyze all you want, but that's what these things are at their core. So you can't really pretend that they're not. And also, what's the worst case scenario? A kid grows up reading Superman and wants to help the little guy, wants to protect somebody, wants to be honorable. Like that's the worst case scenario. There is some honor, standing up for, marginalized people and things like that, but it's not quite as big as they make it seem. It's not that universal, this transgenderism. I mean, it's 1% of 1% of 1%. You know what I mean? And they used to call it, what would they used to call it? Like dysphoria, like
gender dysphoria.
The dysphoria. Now it's all of a sudden it's this thing, and if you don't support it, then you're basically not affirming their lives. This is crazy shit, man. But this is what we're up against. So that's my rant. I'm sorry, I kind of dominated for a while.
And I mean, it's what the last 8 years to 10 years have been, and it's like it's permeated everything. It's not just comics. I think we're just finally getting our head above water a little bit right now. TV is garbage. TV, like they gutted TV between the woke and the streaming things. I don't know what some of these big entertainment companies, what their game plan is, because they've gutted major chunks of things that were traditionally what everybody watched, and now nobody does. Like Stephen Colbert. Stephen Colbert was the first, and rightly so. But he's the first. But I think it's the Reaper's coming because. And it's not a coincidence that they gutted all the money that was flowing out of USAID. That money was getting funneled into liberal media, and it was money laundering at its like most blatant way you could show it. And I think it was obvious, and that was the reason that was the first thing they went after. But like, Colbert is going to be the first of many to fall. And like all this garbage that they've been trying to shovel down our throats that they're calling entertainment, that's just propaganda for the left. I mean, it's dead on the vine. And I think it's just a matter of time. And I think there's going to be, I'm hoping there's some sort of creative awakening, because I mean, you look at movies, you look at TV, you look at the worried about offending anybody. Like at a certain point, capitalism wins over, and there's going to be something that comes along. Somebody's going to make some money on doing something that isn't politically correct. And like Hollywood is Hollywood. I mean, they're as woke as hell, but only when woke is making the money. The second somebody makes something that makes money, they're going to be like hyenas on a carcass. So that's kind of the next step. I mean, the Sydney Sweeney thing, like that took off like 5. It's like, Oh, geez. Yeah. People like to look at a hot blonde with big boobs. Oh, like, Jesus Christ. Somebody should have told me. I would have drawn comics with hot chicks with big tits on them. Oh, wait, I'm already doing that.
You know, the thing is, there's so much arrogance, and this is what pisses me off. Like, they all act like there was life didn't exist until they got these ideas, right? Like everything, like, oh, there were no strong females ever existed before they started saying we need strong females, right? There was never any representation that existed prior to them deciding there wasn't enough representation. There weren't any of these things. None of these things existed before they decided this stuff, right? And so the thing is, like we're all just scratching our heads, like, I thought we were past most of this shit or all this shit, right? I mean, there's always, listen, the Bible even says there's always going to be poor people. There's always going to be that. And there's always going to be racism. There are always going to be a group of people that think they're better than other people and are going to try to put them in their place. These things are always going to exist. But you try to minimize them. And then also there's rules, there's laws, there's regulations that if there are infractions, there's a place to go. Like the whole thing about, sexism, whatever. Most companies have these policies and procedures that exist, right? You can't discriminate. You can't discriminate on weight, age, sex, nationality, religion. You can't. And if you do, and you can prove your case, well, then guess what? You're going to take them to the cleaners, right? That's just the way it is. And why won't companies do these things? Because they don't want to be taken to the cleaners. They might be the most racist sons of bitches, but just they don't want
the financial aspect of it. Can you highlight Pastmaster Dan's post there at 8:15?
Pastmaster Dan. Wait a minute. Is it Art got a haircut?
When's the court date?
Art got a haircut.
I like that. That was good.
When they were saying
wait,
5 or 6 years. Art has to tell us what his court date was.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
My court date is pending, but this is funny because I don't know if we talked about this on the air. I think it was last week or the week before, but somehow we got on the subject of like just cutting your own hair. And I think Clint. So it's not so much a money thing. I think I'm just lazy, right? I don't want to go there, right? But I do have to say, I haven't went to a place to get my haircut in a year. So I've saved 30 times, 6 months or whatever. So I feel like I'm ahead of the game here. But anyway, I went and I got my hair butched. And I think I got a couple months in me because I got it cut pretty short. But yeah, you know what?
That's exactly how I think about haircuts too.
It's they're just an annoyance. Like the woman
one haircut, and then it's like I can buzz it and keep it or whatever.
Yeah, the woman was like, "Do you want a style or anything?" I go, "I don't want any style. I just want it messed up. I want to be able to wake up in the morning and not do anything. That's my thing, right? So this is pretty much bedhead, and that's it, right? But it kind of looks like it's a style." And she says, "Got you." And I said, "Listen, don't panic," because she looked a little nervous. I said, "It's just hair. It'll grow back." And she goes, "Nobody has ever said that to me." Because everybody acts like their hair is so freaking precious, right? But anyways, that's my hair story. So what were you saying, Darren?
Well, I got into it with a feminist a few years ago who was saying, finally, we've got strong female characters in movies. And I'm like, you understand that there was a period called the 80s where there was a particular genre where female characters dominated. She goes, "What was that, porn?" And I'm like, "No, it was horror films." You look at the Friday the Nightmare on Elm Street series, for example. Out of all those movies, there was only one movie where there was a male lead against Freddy. Otherwise, it was always some chick, right? That was the formula, and women got all kinds of work in horror movies back then. and yeah, they didn't, they dominated that genre, and it's like the 80s was one of these times where we actually, I think, we achieved our zenith of
that was the middle of the swing back of the pendulum. Is like there's that perfect. It's perfect, like everything goes one way, everything goes the other way, and then you get that middle part, and it's like, oh, there's like so many good movies. Like it's so fun to hang out with my friends.
And we never thought twice about it. And was it Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween? Was that like kind of the first iconic, like strong female, kind of thing? And the strange thing is, look at her now.
Mm-hmm. The other thing is, in the 80s, when I started reading, I actually started reading comics in the 70s, but in the middle of the 80s, when I was still reading comics as a kid in junior high, the leader of the X-Men was Storm, black female lead, and the leader of the Avengers was technically Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel, right? Cap led them into battle, but she was like the administrative leader, and nobody cared because
issue where it was like Cyclops and Storm were like doing something in the what was the room? Danger Room, like competing against each other to decide who was going to become the leader of the X-Men. It was a cool couple of issues where they did that whole storyline.
Yeah, and nobody cared because it was drama. They weren't pushing an agenda. They didn't have the creators at Marvel going on mainstream media and saying, we're pushing the envelope and breaking the glass ceiling and all that crap. It was just the natural progression of the storyline. Storm was a popular character. I think she had even lost her powers at that point too. She was leading the X-Men and she didn't even have her powers for a short time. And then Monica Rambeau. I mean, same situation there. It was like their two top teams, both being led by black female characters, and nobody cared because nobody made an issue of it, one way or the other. It was just
the thing is, the reason they didn't make an issue of it is one, it was matter of fact. No apologies, no one. They just did it. They didn't announce it to the world expecting attaboys. So they did that, and also they were still kick-ass stories. They were action adventure stories. They weren't going to a coffee house talking about gay rights or going protest gay rights or whatever the stuff is. They didn't do that. Not that there's anything bad about it, but there isn't the balance. There isn't this other part. You know what I mean? Like you could do a story where the Avengers stand up for gay rights or whatever it is, and not even a full issue, just like it's a subplot. Boom! I got to go to the parade. Well, why? Oh, because of XYZ. And so one of the characters goes. A couple of the other characters show up. That's it. Move on. Right?
I don't know why. It's just killing me. The comment. Poor Dr. Druid never got his shot to run the Avengers.
I kind of like Dr. Druid in concept, not in execution.
That's just a deep dive right there.
No, but it was so weird because you tell people that all this happened in the 80s and they don't know any better. Especially kids that weren't reading comics back then. They think that it's been the dark ages for women in comics up until the last 10 years.
Well, Wonder Woman, when was that created?
Yeah, right. Well, a lot of them believe that Wonder Woman, and there is some truth to this, that her stories in the beginning were laden with bondage imagery and stuff like that. That she was a fetish creature and character until very recently, and it's like, no, they abandoned that very quickly. After she kind of caught on. But
but all those characters, Superman, Batman, they all changed over the years, So what they were initially envisioned as what they ended up being were two different things. There is evolution, and then every generation, every decade kind of has different sensibilities. So the characters kind of reflect those, but within non-compromising of who they are at their core. Like even like the Marvel Universe, the cinematic. The first 10 years or whatever, they introduced characters from the comic and they changed a lot of them quite a bit, but their intent was still the same. They were the same characters in intent. They played the same type of role and things like that. They weren't totally different. They didn't reimagine. They're doing that now, but they didn't then. You know, what were you gonna say?
The X-Men.
There's a preachiness to it too, because they'll ignore and they'll look over like the aspects that we're talking about to get to something that they can lecture everybody about and prove. Because there's an element of I'm better than you. There's the virtue signaling aspect of woke. So it's like, there was female heroes, but then they'll have a qualifier on it. Oh, there's characters before that have been this, but they'll have a qualifier on it. No, like all of that doesn't matter because we're lecturing you on why you're bad, why you're wrong, and why we're right and we're much better than you. There's the preachy quality to what how they're telling you should think, because it's about them being better than you and then them kind of controlling the narrative by showing they're better than you. And that's what woke has kind of been in comics.
It's a great early Art Adams cover, by the way.
Gorgeous Art Adams cover. Look at all the strong female leads.
Yeah. It's like if you look at the little and you guys know what the name of this box is right here that has their faces in it. I mean, most of these, Magneto doesn't count, but most of these, I mean, you got plenty of women here, but this cover, I mean, this represented really who was regularly appearing in it. I mean, you had Dazzler, Rogue, and the British version of Psylocke, and then you had Longshot, who would be
mistaken. It's pretty much a woman.
Girl. Not the butchest of X-Men dudes. Who is inking Art Adams on this?
Let me see if I can bring up Bob.
Weizsäck.
Bob Weizsäck.
Yeah.
But when I was,
would you have blown the doors off him, Art?
He inked me a couple times. He was kind of a competition, but just to be honest, I never looked at him as competition. I like this. I like Bad Adam 12. The preaching and lecturing is turning me off. And what was the other one? One of you guys said something about Wonder Woman wanting to bring her back, but as the fetish Wonder Woman,
the fetish one. Frank Miller wants to every time he puts out, Wonder Woman. In fact, he did it to Catwoman. I think in one of those, in the Dark Knight Returns. But the X-Men used to belong
to Frank Miller.
The X-Men used to belong to any group of people who had been ostracized, like the unpopular kids in school, right? And now it's like, oh, they were always for the gay, and it's like, well, I wasn't gay, and I liked it. I was a brooding kid in high school. I wasn't Mr. Popular or anything like that. And that's why they appealed to me. It's like they've turned in the everyman appeal of the X-Men for this very specific group of people, and they say, oh, now it just belongs to them. Like,
well, why do you think the X-Men were called the X-Men? And they were mutants. Right. They weren't called like, oh, they're gay and misunderstood, or they're not ostracized, like because they don't fit it, like normal stuff. It was what is the word? You're a writer, Darren. It was a stand-in for those things, It wasn't. You weren't saying, oh, they're gay and that's why they don't fit in, or they have political views and that's why they don't, or they're religious or whatever. No, they were just mutants. They were X-Men. So then you don't have to get into all that virtue signal. You don't have to get into all that stuff. And so then all those people that are marginalized, all those people are under that umbrella of mutants, right? So they don't have to be specific. They don't have to be all that. It's a catch-all for anybody that's felt ostracized, anybody who didn't fit in. And that could be for various reasons, right? It doesn't have to be because you're transgender or because you're this, that, or the other thing. It just is. So then you can relate in a general way. And that's what these things need to get back to, is just relating to a general audience. I really, really applaud Jimmy Fallon having Greg Gutfeld on, because that is a move back to normalcy. people could be all cynical and say, "Oh, well, it's political. It's fuck you. It's survival. It's none of those things. It's Jimmy Fallon wanting to protect his brand, keep all his people working, keep the network happy, all that shit." They had record views on that episode, and from what I hear, it was very specific to the time Gutfeld was on the show. So I don't know how they figure these numbers out, but that shows you, right? You isolated half your audience. You said, "Fuck you," right? You did. That's fact. Those guys are proud of the fact that they're flipping the bird, to half the country, right? And so then now they're kind of like, well, why aren't we doing well? Because half your audience is gone.
Yeah, you thought you were in such a huge majority that you could ostracize that portion of your audience and still thrive and survive. And now you're finding out, especially after USAID went away. We were taxed, and our tax money was going right back to propagandize to us. That's what's frustrating about that. But
well, do you remember? I think it was Obama. Wasn't there? There was a law passed that was like it was like an American propaganda bill, so that they could propagandize to Americans. So this isn't like foreign propaganda coming in trying to censor. No, this is making it okay for our own government to do it. And if you think about COVID and all this stuff, that is sheer propaganda. You have what's his face dancing with the COVID needles, and
that was Colbert.
Colbert, yeah.
The vaccine.
Oh my God.
And with that look on his face, like, I know this bothers you, and I love it.
Yeah, he's got contempt. All those guys like Kimmel, they have contempt written all over them. These guys do not represent the everyman. And I have said this time and time again, and I'll continue because I think it's good insight, and I haven't heard anybody else share this observation. Well, you have Republican and Democrat, right? They're supposed to represent everybody in their district. They're supposed to represent everybody. That's it, right? Just everybody, all of America, the USA, all that stuff. So when any of these guys, you hear Nancy Pelosi, like some of these guys just talk about our way of life, our group, our this, that, the other thing. Okay, that's half the country. Like, I'm just rounding up, it's half the country, let's just say. All right, what about the other half?
Right.
Okay, so you got elected under false pretenses because you're not representing that other half. And by your own words, you're only representing one side. You're not representing this other. Okay, so you're doing that, but at the same time, you're cashing everybody's tax checks, right? Left, right, Republican, Democrat, you're still cashing their checks. This is called fraud. This is fraud. You're taking money under fraudulent circumstances, and you're gleefully telling half the country that you're not representing them while they're paying you.
Right.
I don't know. Sounds like fraud to me.
Yeah. And, with USAID, that was just the first. I mean, they're defunding NPR, which I've always thought was just this little, it's like a toy train set of the governmental left. They love keeping that thing running, and yeah, you can find some great stuff on NPR once in a while. One of the best interviews I ever heard on with Alan Moore happened on NPR, and I don't have the MP3 of it anymore, but it's available. But you get some good stuff, but there's nothing NPR does that can't be replicated in the private sector.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, and also since like the last couple of years, there's been some serious compromise with these news agencies and stuff. Like, you can't even say that you can't, like, remember we always go like what was the saying about the news only believe half of what you hear, and whatever that saying was. There was always healthy skepticism with the news outlets, and people had that left and right. Everybody did, but at some point, that skepticism became clear fact. I mean, you can see it. Rachel Maddow looked right at the camera and said, if you get vaccinated, you won't get COVID and you won't spread it. She fucking said that.
Yeah.
Oh, man. This is like, how do you have a job? Like, that is the most irresponsible thing I think I've ever heard any of these people say. So how does she still have any credibility? And that's just her. What's that?
She doesn't. I mean, but then again, everybody here is old enough to remember the NBC truck scandal, where Nightline on NBC rigged some pickup trucks to explode on camera to show how dangerous they were. This happened back in the late 80s. When that happened, NBC should never have had a news department again. They should have totally got, but they just, they isolated it to a couple of people who took the fall, and then they kept on doing the same thing. But yeah, Rachel Maddow, there's footage of all this. In 10 years from now, people are going to be looking back at these last 10 years or so that we've been in and calling it like the age of the crazy bastards or something, because it's going to look very poorly. I mean, you had a page up that I had shared with you guys, Eric Larson's Savage Dragon, where you have a character that's is being portrayed as being stupid, but what she's spouting off is a summarized view of, or a summarized version of all what the conservatives and the anti-vaxxers were saying during the whole COVID thing. That, hey, this is an untested vaccine. There's other research being done that says we shouldn't take this. And it, this page, and I have liked Eric Larson over the years. His Dragon is almost porn now, but yeah. It's going to. He's got to. If I were him, I'd memory hole this. I'd retcon it, whatever I could do, because this is already looks terrible.
But Darren, these guys are still defending this shit. Like, there's editors, there's people that I know. I worked with them, I worked for them, and they double and triple down on it. They don't see it. But before we go any further, I want to catch this. A Bad Adam 12. What was it? One Adam 12. There's a whatever, when the entertainment industry went woke, they lost some people forever. I don't watch their trash or give them my money anymore. I got new hobbies. Plus, I watch CG Kings. Yeah, now for my enjoyment. Exactly. My wife and I, we haven't watched network TV in over 10 years.
Oh yeah.
We don't even have it. We don't have cable. We don't have anything. So it's mostly YouTube or streaming shows. It's mostly our old DVDs and stuff like that, our old movies. That's all we watch, but we don't watch anything really new anymore. And from what I hear about the comic book viewers, like readers, they're doing the same. They're just rereading their old comics.
For stuff I watched for dinner this week, Kojak and Simon and Simon.
Yeah, exactly.
Monday, Tuesday night, and both really good episodes, well-written episodes. So, no, I think this is the hot topic that's going on right now. That's why I shared it. Art is Rippaverse has a new character out.
It looks like the Flash.
Yeah, but he's got
does
super
look
speed.
like the Flash.
It looks like the Speed Force, right?
Yes. So a few people have commented about this. So this is the hot topic right now. I don't know that it necessarily plays in with what we're talking about, but we're always cutting edge and staying on the pulse of what the fans are talking about. So yeah, Rippaverse unleashed their newest character, completely original character on the comic buying crowd right now, and so this is the character that's shown up. So people are kind of having their opinion on it. I just wanted to see what people thought, but like right away, yeah, it screams Flash.
Right.
And this doesn't have anything to do with. This doesn't have anything to do with woke. This is just somebody.
Well, yeah, this isn't woke. This is
ripping off ideas.
Wally. Oh, sorry, I keep talking over you.
Oh, go ahead.
No, when Wally was it between when he became Kid Flash and when he took over the Flash mantle from Barry, Wally had his hair out there very much like this, I would say.
Yeah.
Like the costume was not too dissimilar from this costume.
Yeah, this looks like Impulse all grown up, or at least like in his.
Well, and I
teens or early
saw
20s.
someplace see here he's called Zephyr, but I've seen other people post that he's called Blue Shift.
Yeah,
Typical-
yeah.
I don't
reverse
know if
messaging.
it's Zephyr or if it's Blue Shift.
What is a Zephyr? What does that word mean?
Oh,
Darren
we
would
can look
know.
it up, aren't you?
Does it mean something quick, something
All
fast?
right, let me see.
I always think of a Zephyr as like some kind of like aerial balloon type thing.
We don't have
A
you on the show
Zephyr.
for your
Get this. This is so heroic and manly. A Zephyr is a soft, gentle breeze. That's the primary.
Oh my
definition.
God! Are you serious? That is.
Yeah.
So, you know what? That is gay.
That is
Yeah, a gentle breeze.
yeah. Well,
yeah.
you're not wrong. That is gay. But yeah, that totally looks like Wally West's Kid Flash right before he took over the mantle of the Flash.
Did you see what Ethan posted? I guess he did a cover of, I think it was Wally West for a Flash. For a Flash issue, and the pose almost looks identical to this.
Oh, well, I was gonna say I want to hear Ethan's opinion because Ethan worked on the Flash for an extended period of time and did covers, and I mean, there's I could see this being very reminiscent of something that Ethan did. So, I mean, they're just feeding the beast on that one. That's Ethan's got shows for a couple of weeks just off of that material, I would think.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, I did a couple Flash covers too. Let me find them here.
Oh, I want to see yours, Art.
Yeah.
Let's say.
Okay.
Keep talking. Yeah.
There are so many different ways you can do super speed without lightning. I mean, people forget that the Flash only had the lightning effect when he ran, starting I think right around Mark Waid's run, where he invented the speed field, and then it got turned into the speed force, and then the lightning effect. Back when I was reading the Flash and the Kids, he basically had a red streak behind him, or and that was it.
Multiple images.
They had multiple images, which was really cool.
Yeah. Lots of hard work into those images, doing all those poses. But yeah.
Oh, nice.
So this a cover I did. I did a series of covers for the Flash, and this was one. Did you
ink yourself, or did you have inkers?
Yeah, I inked myself on this. So this is my pencils and inks.
Did you ever pencil where you had an inker, Art?
Yeah, I did. I didn't like it.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Is like you should have specifically penciled so you could just go through inkers and just kind of eat them up and chew them out and spit them out. Like, because you would be looking for a certain thing. You know what I mean? So how many inkers did you ever have on you for penciling you?
When I worked on cable, I had to work with inkers. I got to ink the bulk of issue 1, but then I had to, just because of the schedule. A lot of my early stuff, it was about a 50-50, where I worked with inkers like on the Warlord and what was it, Time Masters, things like that. But just a little side note. The Flash is saving these 2 kids, but if you look at the T-shirt of this one kid, I know the image is kind of small. It's a Doug rock like concert T-shirt. So Doug is one of the Time Masters characters.
I was gonna say it looks like a Time Master character.
Yeah, the Time Master character. And then I had this is when I was pitching in Hollywood and stuff. I had these characters. They were gay hitmen. And so they're driving the vehicle. So this is the 2 characters that are driving the car there that you see through the windshield. Yeah. So I was throwing my IP in there even then. Yeah.
So was there ever an inker that you liked on your pencils?
No. Actually, I had some control where I had Danny Mickey and I had Trevor Scott. So they helped me,
yeah.
and I trained both those guys. So they helped out on that.
They'd make you look good.
Yeah, they did. They did. So they worked on the first issue of Cable with me. And then Jaime Mendoza inked, I think, issue 2 of Black and White, Codename Black and White. That's never seen print, and he killed it.
Oh,
so
really?
There's been a few inkers, especially Jaime.
I think he's who inks Doug pretty exclusively now.
Doug Mankey, yeah.
And I know Doug loves his inks.
Yeah, because there was an additive aspect to his inks. Because sometimes I think some of the better inkers actually add style or some personal touches to it. And Jaime was definitely that guy.
Oh, okay. He inked you way back then on the Black and White stuff.
Yeah, this is 95. All this stuff is like probably early mid 90s.
Okay.
That I had the better inkers. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he pretty much exclusively inks whatever Doug's doing at DC now. So
this was before. Yeah, this was before the DC stuff.
I was going to say there's a big time gap there. It's like 20 years there.
Yeah, because when I left Extreme Studios, I left with Jeff Masuda and Chap Yap and Sam Liu. And
did anybody else think Chap Yap stuff was a little rough?
I thought it was ballsy. I thought it was pretty cool, but yeah, it's really strange. It's kind of weird. But anyway, and so those guys at Extreme needed a place to go because it was basically a sinking ship.
Yeah.
So I remember talking to Jaime and I said, well, let's open the doors to Hack Shack Studios. So Hack Shack Studios got revamped with Jaime's help and Larry Stucker and a few of those other Extreme Studios guys.
Okay.
And so then I introduced Marvel to Jaime and then DC. And so then Jaime's been working ever since.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird that he landed with Doug so far after that.
Yeah. Maybe Terry Austin in the day, but not later. Also, I was never a huge fan of Terry Austin. I know it's taboo, but
he was very organic. He had a very fluid, organic, and I mean on Byrne, which it worked with Byrne.
Right.
I never I think he did some Perez stuff, but he didn't ink a lot of other artists. Where his stuff with Byrne is just legendary for a lot of people. But his organic inking line, it worked off of Byrne's stuff, and it was very fluid. But it was.
I want to
go ahead, Aaron.
I want to show you guys something. I'm sharing something right now, just to compare this to Zephyr, right? Okay, so I was screwing around on Stable Diffusion one day, trying to just come up with for super speed characters, right? This is Gingerbread, right? Okay, so you all know the nursery rhyme, right? When you're a kid, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the Gingerbread Man. I would submit to you that this is a more interesting super speed character. It's certainly a little bit more original than Zephyr or Blue Shift or whatever the fuck he's being called.
With the little limerick, it definitely is, because every kid knows that. Yeah. They might not have remembered it.
It becomes the tagline for the character.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't catch me. I'm the Gingerbread Man.
You can't catch me. I'm the Gingerbread Man.
So, I mean, but there's so many different ways yeah, go ahead.
It practically sells itself.
Oh, yeah.
You know what Disney did? Disney tried to do superhero comics in the day. They never got anything published, but there was this Travis Charest drawing that they commissioned. And
Disney?
what they did is they turned the Disney heroes into superheroes and the Disney villains into supervillains.
And Charest drew it?
What's that?
And Travis Charest drew it?
Yeah. I've seen the image. I'll
wanna
type
see
it
it.
in. Just keep talking. I'll see if I can find
Oh
it.
no, I'm like I'll knock people over to look at Travis Chara start. Like he's probably one of my in his prime. Like he's doing weird stuff now, and it's not as good. But in his prime, like I'm not sure. Like he had all the Jim Lee influences, all the Art Adams influences, and then he turned it into something on his own. And it was just I love the line work, the detail, the photorealism, but with like abstract. Like he had such a interesting view on the way he would look at stuff and then draw it out, and it was just
Oh, here it is. Actually, AI overview. While Travis worked on several Marvel titles, including covers for Captain America, Astonishing X-Men, Mighty Thor, and others, his work has not specifically involved adapting or has involved adapting Disney characters into the Marvel universe. So let me see if there's an image.
yeah. Because if he did this, I've never seen it. I'd be very curious to see that.
Especially if he's giving them seriousness and gravitas. I really like it when they do that.
Come on,
Actually,
internet.
Travis posted it. I don't. Oh, yeah, that's a big image. Hold on. Yeah. I found it. Travis Disney Quest. Okay, here we go. I have a copy of this original artwork. I don't know who the characters are per se. I think this one is what is that, Chinnabog or whatever?
Oh, from Fantasia.
Fantasia, yeah. All these characters are supposedly, they all look more like villains than heroes.
Yeah,
Yeah, these must be the villains then. But
yeah. I've not seen this before. I don't think.
Because this robot looks like from the robot from, what the hell was that, Dark? What was it? The Dark? No, the Black Hole.
The Black Hole. Oh, so it was Maximilian.
Maximilian.
You
Yeah,
can't really zoom in on it. I guess.
That's a good guy. Yeah, I don't know who these characters are, but you can obviously tell this is older Travis too.
Yeah,
Like
this is Travis when Travis was
when he was doing Wildcats before the transition, the Wildcats transition. He's got like 2 or 3 different Wildcat styles.
Yeah, and now he's got a totally different style. He kind of who's that guy?
This says Disney Quest. Oh, here it is. This is where I've seen it too. It was on the wall. Hold on.
Oh wow!
It was on the wall of Disney Quest, and if I remember Disney Quest, it was like a video game, like really, really high-end video game stuff, and it was in Florida, like at Disney World.
Oh, okay.
So you see all this VR stuff and things.
Huh.
Yeah, interesting. I didn't think I would be able to find anything, but
no, I'd never heard of that before.
I think there's a hero shot too, and just real quick, Disney hired Marv Wolfman and Lynn Wein to oversee the line of books. So there was a whole thing, and they had a division on the lot, the Burbank lot, the animation studios. And I remember I went there a few times to hang out with Marv. One was to get him permission for a Nightwing series I was doing. So I went over the details and got him to sign off on what I was going to do with Nightwing. And then the other was he called me in because they were launching this superhero line. So this is the 90s. You know, they were trying to get hot 90s guys in there, to draw these like superheroes. So Disney wanted to do a line of comic books. They came to their senses pretty quickly, decided not to do it. But they had a division, they had hired people and stuff like that. So. Clint is really rough tonight. Clint's normal.
Yeah.
You're being normal.
I can't find the Heroes guys either at all.
Yeah, I think the only reason I found that one is because Travis posted it. I don't think Disney's doing anything.
Who was the artist that did the Madman or Madman comic?
Mike Allred.
Alred?
Yeah.
Mike Alred?
For whatever reason, that's who Travis like started looking at. And if you like look at his rendering now, because he does this weird, it's not cross hatching anymore. He does these weird crisscross lines, and he got influenced by that dude. And like Travis's stuff looks totally different now when he renders his characters, and it's such an odd transition, and not for the better, unfortunately. But
Right.
whatever. I mean, he draws so little that it doesn't really matter. But it's just I was such a massive fan.
Yeah, he's so good. Yeah, he is so
he was
good.
So good.
Here's this is a bad scan, but this is often the original artwork. So you can see the old paste up, the Flash logo.
Oh yeah.
Look at my signature. So weird.
You want to make sure everybody knew it was you.
Yeah, I think I was just trying to figure out, like, I need to kind of create something unique. And
who's the bad guy?
Yeah.
I think, what's the immortal? Is his name Vandal Savage?
Vandal Savage. Okay, and you got Jay Garrick, and is it Barry or is that Wally?
I think at this time it was Wally.
Yeah. Okay, nice, beautiful cover art.
Thanks. It's like it's really low res, but you can kind of see.
Oh yeah, no, that's gorgeous.
Like that.
Great lighting. Great. I love the way you spotted all the blocks there.
Yeah, I gotta kind of promote because a lot of people don't think of me as a penciler, but I did quite a bit of penciling, even like high profile stuff like Superman covers and Flash covers, things like that.
Can you share my screen?
No,
because I don't see any Mike Allred in here at all.
Oh, but this is old Travis though.
This is the newest thing he drew.
This is the newest thing he drew?
Yeah.
I think Todd is calling you out, my friend.
I'll have to do a Google Foo search, but hold on.
From his Instagram page.
Yep.
No, and there's a thing just before it.
A thing? What's a thing?
A thing. Hold on, I'll show you.
The thing?
Yeah, the thing.
And me,
I don't see any Mike Allred at all.
Maybe I'm wrong with the Mike Allred, but like, let me pull up a Travis. It's gonna take. Give me a second here.
This is fairly new. He did this like a month ago.
And maybe he's listened to his fans and gotten away from what he was doing.
From the
there have been artists. There have been artists that I absolutely hated, who all of a sudden, just within a year or two, became among my favorites. You know, I used to hate Mike Mignola when he was doing Hulk and Alpha Flight. I'm like, I wouldn't look for anything that he had his name on it. And then I happened to catch Gotham by Gaslight, and I'm like, whoa, that's Mike Mignola, and it looks good. And then Hellboy comes out, and I was totally sold. But he had to get there first, for me at least.
Right. Anyways, we should start wrapping the show up. And this is the part where we start promoting shameless plugs. So I'm going to go first because I got the plug of all plugs. This is possibly the best book ever created. And it's called Black and White, and it's Sins of the Father. And this video will hip you to the jive that is Black and White. Woo! That's right.
Good shot.
Yeah, how's that for a badass comic book trailer? Yeah, you guys, I'm not messing around. I'm not messing around on this. I'm putting everything I got into Black and White Sins of the Father. This is volume 3, and 3 and 4 are going to be part of the Sins of the Father story arc. So it's going to take two full-length comic books to tell this tale. We're going back a little bit into Reed Blackett's past, his MI10 affiliation, the mysterious disappearance of his father, and all that other good stuff. But rest assured, there's going to be a lot of robot mayhem and some cool supernatural action. So this has got a little bit of everything for you guys. And this is Black and White. We're celebrating 30 years. This originally came out in 1994 through Image Comic Books, and the dream has never died. So I am resurrecting these bad guys, or these bad boys, I should say. And the only reason this exists is because of you and your support, your belief in me, and your support. So I couldn't do this without you. So thank you, and I very much appreciate it. So we do have a couple new things here. We do have 2 original books. We have the High Octane Adventures, which is done by Pedro Ang. That's a 22-page one and done, more of a general audience. We have 4 jaw-dropping covers to choose from, A, B, C, and D. And of course, here's a better image of them. And here we go. Just added the Carlo Barberi Black and White T-shirt.
I saw this. This looks pretty cool.
Nice. Very
cool. The shirt came out really, really cool. And so I also posted on X just a version of Juju as a T-shirt. And so I only know him as Salty. He private messaged me and he said, let me take a crack at the Juju T-shirt. And holy shit, man, look at this thing. It came out so good. He came up with the logo for Juju. And so we have this T-shirt. So we actually have a black and white T-shirt in this campaign now. And we also are going to have a tier where you can get both of these T-shirts, any size you want, at a discount. So if you get both of them, you'll get a significant discount. So that's new to the campaign. So you guys come by, check it out. Links are in the description. And of course, original artwork is available. And the Juju 11x17 full bleed print is available only with the Jam tier, you guys. So that's cool. And we are closing in on our next stretch goal, which is the 40K, and that is the 30th anniversary patch. So if you guys have backed and supported my campaigns in the past, you know how cool these patches and pins are.
Did you have images of the T-shirts and the patches, Art? Because
here's the T-shirts right here.
I'm not sure you're sharing because I don't think the chat can see.
Oh shit! Can you see them?
We're not seeing them right now. So the T-shirts you just talked about, we didn't get to see.
Did you see any of the campaign?
The very beginning, but that was about it.
So you saw the video?
We saw the video.
Yep, saw the video.
That is really off-putting and strange. Okay, so can you see it now?
Now we can see the T-shirts. Yep. Yeah, we didn't.
Oh
see
my gosh!
Yep.
Yeah, thanks for letting me know.
That was Randy spotted it first, and I wasn't sure.
Thanks, Randy. Man, that was really strange. Yeah, yesterday on the Bro Show, I had some glitches too, so it's not letting me share things. So anyway, these are the T-shirts. So we have a white one, we have a black and white one. Like I said, I only know him as Salty. Did a redesign for the Juju shirt, and it looks absolutely fantastic, complete with a logo, everything. So these are priced to move, and if you want both, we have them as a tier, and you get a discount. So a pretty good discounted price. Here's a better shot of the Juju image and that's in the here. And you can get that 11 by 17 full bleed print, and only with the jam tier. So you guys, a link's in the description. Click that link. If you see something you like, please do back it. And like I said, the book only exists because of your support. So keep that support coming. It helps keep the lights on here at Hack Studios. And just know, I really, really do appreciate it. And the book only exists because of you. So thank you. And sorry about that mishap.
No,
So,
I'm glad Randy said something, because I thought, I wasn't sure, and then I figured, oh yeah, nobody's seen the T-shirts.
Yeah, so Terra Wombat, we still got a little bit of time on it. We're 38 pages into the main book. The high octane one and done is completely done. There's a couple notes that Pedro still has to get to, and then Pamela and I have to put some dialogue together for it and then get it lettered. But things are moving along, and it won't be till after the first of the year, for sure. So what's
Hey,
that?
I can't get the shirt as an add-on.
You can't?
When I picked my perk, now I'm in the next section, right? I'm trying to get one of the shirts as an add-on. They're not there.
I think. Oh, there's only the Juju T-shirt too, right? Oh no, there's the Barbary, the Juju Plus T-shirt. Yeah, maybe Pamela hasn't done that. I'll ask her to add them.
Okay, I'm gonna back out and wait. Giving you about 7 days. That's about it. No, I'm kidding.
You won't need that long. She'll have it done tonight.
All right, cool.
So I apologize, you guys. We're still kind of putting stuff together.
It's always tricky adding stuff to a campaign when it's been open for a while, and then figuring out what's the best way to do the rewards, because you're trying to figure out like how people are going to want to purchase stuff, if they're going to want it in like the group reward, and then to just tack add-on stuff in way after the campaign has already been running. It's not a perfect science. So like when people are like trying to figure this out, they're not like trying to like, you're like, oh, why did you do that? Well, you did it that way because you're trying to figure out what's the best way to do it. Like I've done this now multiple times, and like adding stuff late into a campaign because you want to give everybody, and you come up with cool stuff while the campaign's going. So you want everybody to have that cool stuff, but then figuring out how to add it in when you've already launched like a month ago or however long ago, it's a weird thing to try and figure out the best way to do it. Like I'll be the first.
Yeah, and so also like for us, it's just it's kind of strange. Life just kind of gets in the way a lot of times. So there's not continuity of thought a lot of times. It's like hit and miss. It's like you're doing 10 minutes here, 15 minutes here, hour here. So that's pretty much Pamela and I's life at this point. So I know it's not a great excuse, but it is the truth. So Terra Wombat, I'm not sure how Pamela structured this. If the shirts will ship differently, I'm pretty sure the books and the shirts won't ship together, because I think it's more cost effective to ship the shirts in like a soft bag versus like a cardboard box kind of thing, like a Gemini mailer. So I believe they are going to be shipped separately. We got Clint. So how's the bad guys doing?
Bad guys doing swell. Great campaign. Everything's running great. It is going to be closing this Friday. That'll be the full 60-day campaign. So if you have not checked out the bad guy yet, 60-page full graphic novel, the super spy genre, but with a twist. The world's greatest spy is actually a total idiot, and the world's in danger, and it ends up landing in the lap of the bad guy to save the day. So if you haven't checked this out, it is live on Indiegogo. There's 4 days left. Like I said, it ends this weekend. 60-page book, full story, full color, action, adventure, humor, comedy. It's like a big action comedy movie in a comic book form. Lots of beautiful girls, lots of exotic locations. The bad guy crisscrosses the globe as the world's best spy is like chasing after him. But fun comic, great art, great story. If you haven't checked it out, check it out on Indiegogo. The campaign again will be ending this weekend.
Hey Clint, show some of those Indiana Jones pages if you got them there.
Bet. Let me.
Those things are awesome. I hate that drop down thing.
Yeah, that drop down is annoying. Ooh.
Oh yeah, this stuff. Look at that, you guys. There it is. That kicks my ass.
That's great.
The commie ninjas chasing after my Indiana Jones character. I'm particularly proud of the commie ninjas. They work for Tim Walls.
And your colorist is just nailing it, man.
Yeah,
Who's
this colorist on this book, I got to give him to do some more stuff for me. He was really great on this.
Fantastic, man. You guys, the bad guys, it's a great concept. The artwork is absolutely fantastic. You guys go pick yourself up a copy. I think it's closing out this Sunday. Is that right?
Ending this weekend. So yeah, closing 4 days left, closing out this weekend. So if you haven't checked it out, now is the time. Randy's rooting for the bad guy, and so am I. So yeah, don't miss out on this book. Closing out this weekend, last chance to get it. So definitely pick it up. It's a fun comic. It'll be shipping out before the end of this year, so not a long wait time for it. And yeah, that's the book. Go for it.
Are you seeing this? This is a cold day in hell. Todd is actually praising you, Clint.
Oh my God. Such an asshole.
God, you know I love you, Todd. You know I love you. All right. Well, we got Darren here. Let's let Darren have the spotlight. Wait a minute. I hate this new system. You got to remove one to add another.
Yeah.
All right, Captain Steel.
Captain Steel and Other Stories. This is a novella that's available right now on Amazon, written by me. It also has several short stories that I wrote while I was about 800 feet below the surface of the Mediterranean Ocean. I wrote some short stories while I was underway.
Stories.
Yes. But this is a horror and speculative fiction work. And this cover was provided for me by John Dillard.
Wow.
And
that is creepier than all get out.
Oh yeah, he really liked doing this cover because he got to try out some of that Wrightson. He had to put some of that Wrightson energy into it. But
you know who's really good with the horror stuff too is that Peter Gilmore.
Oh yeah, Pete's great.
Yeah.
But this is available on Amazon for
cover, man. It sounds like a great concept as well.
Yeah. It's about a superhero character that comes to life and doesn't do what he's supposed to do, and the horror that comes from that. Now, I wrote this and copywrote it long before anybody had heard of Homelander or any of those other evil Superman characters that we know now. But this has a different twist, and it's available on Amazon right now for $11.99, $12. If you order it now, you can get it probably. See what is today? Wednesday. You probably get it by Friday, and yeah. So that's what I have right now. The
How many
Demi-Foot.
pages is it, Darren?
Oh, it's about 100 pages.
Oh, okay.
It's like a bathroom reader.
Okay. No, that's good.
Size.
Yeah.
But The Demifoot, can't even talk today. The Demifoot campaign ended this morning at 2 a.m. We did not make goal, but I have a feeling that there's going to be another Demifoot sighting here, hopefully before the end of the year. So have to look.
We gotta recalibrate. I've had campaigns that didn't work out for me in the beginning, and you go back and you look at what works and what doesn't work, and sometimes a little bit of failure is the best way to learn the best way to do it. So that's nothing.
Exactly how I'm taking.
Yep. No, absolutely. And I everybody who runs campaigns and does this kind of stuff is like, you're almost better having that first one that doesn't work, so you can go through the whole process and you're going to learn so much. That's what happened to me. Like my first crowdfunding did not work, and thank God it didn't work, because I did so many things wrong, and I would have never been able to fulfill, because I just didn't know what I was doing. But the only way to learn is to do it wrong and then learn from your mistakes, because people can tell you everything and nobody listens to anybody, you know.
Right.
But
Well, you learn more, like it really gets ingrained in your brain. Screw it up, because then there's that mental thing. It's like, I'm never doing this again. You know what I mean?
Yep,
So
exactly.
when you learn by doing it the wrong way.
People can give you advice. People can give you all the advice in the world, and it doesn't register. But when you do it wrong yourself, and then you see what you did is wrong, and you be like, "Oh, I can do this." That's the best way. That's the best way most people learn.
Right. I got to take this because I'm not sure. Tara Wombat says both shirts, please, regular and plus, need fixing. So, do you think he's referring to the tier?
I saw him say something where you could only pick one shirt at one size and a different shirt at a different size, but that the size options I didn't quite get exactly, but it was like you could only pick a specific size for one shirt and a specific size for another shirt. But maybe I was not understanding what he was saying. It's hard because it's in the chat and it's just
right.
Oh, and Randy's saying he has the same problem, Art. So there might be something with the sizes on the t-shirts where all the different size options aren't open to them.
Okay, I'll write this down. I'll get to it as soon as we check out here.
Oh, okay. So it's I saw somebody say if you order both shirts, you can't get the same size for each.
Oh, that's weird.
Which would be a problem because
you're the same guy. You need
you're still the same guy.
I'm not buying one for my baby.
I'm gonna buy one t-shirt.
We don't have baby sizes. All right. Well. Last but not least, we have Todd Mulrooney Dooney. I know, Todd.
So I have developed over the last 2 years
a thin skin.
What? Foreskin? Would you say?
I said very
developed a group on Instagram of customers, and it's now like 35 different people.
Nice.
And they're loyal customers, but whether it's been some kind of change in the quality of cards, that I drop what I do new, and they're gone within seconds. Somebody claims dibs. Awesome. So one of the great things, and there may be some people watching that are part of that group, that has been like life-changing professionally to have that kind, because there's a certainly I do this because there's a joy. There's like this immediate thing. You've done something and now somebody wants to buy it and you're shipping it out before the mailman comes the next time.
Yeah.
And there's that immediate gratification of that sale and of that feeling. So it's probably what keeps me doing it. I want to note two cards that show the different tiers I have. Here's a bus card. And I do these bus cards really that they top out at $30, and they go pretty fast.
I would think so. Look at all the work you put into that.
Yeah.
Look at the lighting on that's. I mean, like the way you color these cards is just insane.
That's really the thing. What happens is, look, I'm not any better than I was 2 years ago, But
you are.
I'm better with the tools. I've
Wow.
gotten better with the mastery of the tools. Now, the other tier is sort of a 75% of the body, really just nothing fancy about the background. It's not drawn, it's not detailed. That's just a lot of acrylic and marker. And this is another tier that's affordable. So I'm not out there charging an arm and leg for original art. My cards come in.
Should be.
They got a backing.
These cards are steel.
They come in those magnetic card holders, which are really, really nice. So my presentation and what I've put into this and what I've learned over time really has changed in a lot of last 2 weeks. I've sold about 20 cards.
That's awesome, Todd. No, those cards are gorgeous. I'm not shocked that you're selling a ton more because those cards are gorgeous.
Indeed. So you guys go support Todd. Todd's got the website. Randy's been popping it in the chat. So go support Todd. And of course, the sexy Mr. Sexy, putting sexy in comic books, Clint Helinski. He's got the Blue Bombshell, and he's got the Bad Guy, and of course,
that guy closes this weekend, so get it now.
Right. I'm sorry, Darren. I've already. What's the title of your novel?
Captain Steel.
Captain Steel and Other Stories.
Steel. How could I forget that? Captain Steel. Sorry about that. And that's on your website, right?
No, it's on Amazon. But
it's on Amazon.
Randy was putting the link out. He actually has the link to it.
Randy's the best.
Oh, here it is.
Things. My goodness.
All right.
That's my YouTube channel.
channel.
Yeah.
There it is, right there.
There it is, right there. Yeah.
All right. So click that. Go get yourself a copy. A lot of entertainment here for you guys, and of course, Black and White, Sins of the Father, Volume 3, still active. And you guys, I'll post out on X that we fixed everything. As soon as I check out here, I'm going to go downstairs and work out those t-shirt problems. Sorry about that, and we will deal with those in a bit. So thanks, everybody, for hanging. Thanks for the super chats. You guys are the best. This has been Pontificators, and we will see you next Wednesday at 8 Eastern Standard Time. So, let me end this. Not yet. End stream. Wait a minute. Play outro to. I don't want to play the outro. This is the bros outro. How the fuck do I do this? You guys are gonna get the bros outro. There we go.